Welcome back, dear viewers, and a warm welcome to everyone tuning in today on Rare Coin Legacy, the place where simple coins tell extraordinary stories and where common pocket change can secretly represent unimaginable wealth. And in today's episode we are uncovering one of the most intriguing and thought-provoking ideas in modern coin collecting, the astonishing possibility that a 2006 Lincoln 1 cent, a penny most people have spent without a second thought, could under incredibly rare and specific circumstances be valued at nearly $7 million, a figure that feels shocking at first because pennies are associated with low value and everyday use, yet the world of numismatics operates on an entirely different logic where rarity, error, documentation, and story outweigh denomination and metal content, and the year 2006 sits in a unique place in U.S. mint history, a period when the Denver Mint was striking enormous quantities of cents using advanced automated technology designed to produce uniform coins with minimal flaws, but history consistently proves that even the most advanced systems are not immune to mistakes, and when mistakes occur in a modern minting environment they can be exponentially rarer than older errors, making them incredibly desirable to collectors. And it begins with the basic fact that a 2006 cent was supposed to be struck on a zinc core with a thin copper coating, yet mint facilities handle many materials at once, including leftover planchets, experimental blanks, foreign coin stock, and transitional metals, and if a 2006 cent were struck on the wrong planchet such as a solid bronze blank similar to older cents, or an unapproved experimental alloy used internally for testing, that coin would immediately violate official mint specifications. And coins that violate the rules are exactly what elite collectors pursue most aggressively because they represent something that should never have existed, and a wrong planchet error alone can command massive value, but the price increases dramatically when additional mistakes are present, because stacked errors multiply rarity rather than simply adding to it. For example, if that wrong metal 2006 cent also showed a dramatic off-center strike where part of the design is missing yet still identifiable, the coin would already be exceptional. But the story becomes even more powerful if the coin also displays a double die error, one of the most respected and valuable mistakes in the Lincoln cent series, created during the die-making process rather than during striking, resulting in clear doubling on Lincoln's portrait, the date, and lettering, and double dies are prized because they indicate a flawed die rather than a momentary machine slip, and if a previously unknown double die obverse for 2006 were discovered and proven to exist in only one or two examples due to early detection and destruction of the die, the coin would instantly rise to legendary status. Because uniqueness changes everything in numismatics, and when a coin is one of one or one of two, pricing is driven by desire, prestige, and competition rather than guides, and competition among wealthy collectors is what pushes prices into the multi-million-dollar range, and beyond double dies there are even more dramatic error possibilities such as mule errors, where dies from two different denominations are mistakenly paired together, creating a coin that mechanically should not exist, and if a 2006 cent were authenticated bearing a mismatched reverse from another denomination, it would represent a catastrophic system failure inside a modern mint, something extraordinarily rare and intensely valuable, because modern mule errors are far rarer than their historical counterparts, and then there are brockages, die caps, major die clashes, cuts, and retained strikes, errors that physically alter the appearance of the coin in dramatic ways, and while many of these are minor on their own, an extreme example combined with other anomalies could produce a visually stunning and historically important coin, especially if it survived in high mint state condition, because condition plays a massive role at the top end of the market, and error coins are often mishandled, damaged, or cleaned before their importance is understood, but a flawless example discovered in an original mint roll or sealed bag, showing full luster and sharp details, would be incredibly rare, and rarity layered upon rarity is what opens the door to $7 million valuations, but no coin reaches that level without absolute authentication, because extraordinary value demands unquestionable proof, and a coin of this magnitude would require top-tier third-party grading, advanced metallurgical testing to confirm composition anomalies, detailed die analysis to prove variety status, and ideally supporting documentation or internal mint evidence linking the coin to a specific production error. Because documentation transforms a coin into a historical artifact rather than just an oddity, and artifacts attract museums, foundations, and high-profile private collectors, and institutional interest can dramatically increase value because institutions are competing not just for ownership but for legacy and public impact. And a modern penny valued at $7 million would captivate the public imagination, attracting media attention, academic discussion, and exhibition opportunities. All of which reinforce perceived importance, and perceived importance directly influences market value, because collectors do not just buy metal, they buy stories, and the story of a modern penny defying its denomination is incredibly powerful, and auctions play a major role as well, because when a coin is presented on a global stage with professional storytelling and competitive bidding, prices can exceed all expectations, especially when buyers are motivated by prestige and the desire to own. A once-in-a-lifetime object, and those buyers think in millions, not cents, and there is also the lesser-known possibility of experimental or transitional strikes, because even in years without official composition changes the mint constantly tests new materials and processes behind the scenes, and while test coins are meant to be destroyed, history proves that some escape, and when they do they become forbidden artifacts. Coins never meant for public hands, and forbidden coins carry immense appeal because they reveal hidden decisions and unseen processes, and collectors are drawn to that secrecy and exclusivity, and if a 2006 cent were proven to be struck on an experimental planchet undocumented in official records, it would become a numismatic mystery debated for decades, and debate fuels fame, and fame fuels demand, and demand without supply leads to extraordinary prices. And there is also the controversial category of unauthorized or rogue strikes, where official equipment is misused, intentionally or accidentally, producing coins that challenge definitions of legitimacy, and such gray area pieces have historically become some of the most valuable coins ever sold because controversy keeps them in the spotlight, and spotlight drives desire, and desire creates bidding wars, and beyond traditional collectors there is a growing wave of investors entering the rare coin market, particularly individuals seeking tangible assets that combine scarcity, history, and cultural relevance, and a legendary modern error like a $7 million 2006 cent would sit at the very top of that market, appealing to both experienced numismatists and newer investors who may not connect with ancient coins but are fascinated by modern anomalies, and this crossover appeal is crucial because it expands the buyer pool, and expanded demand amplifies value. And the Lincoln Cent series itself plays a major role because it is deeply embedded in American culture, making it instantly relatable, recognized for what it truly is.